up, folks? Time for a blog. Been a lot going on, but I really want to focus this blog on a topic that was on Facebook the other day. I put something on Facebook about how we live in one of the largest Christian countries in the world, yet we are not really supposed to be like Merry Christmas. You know, we're supposed to be like Happy Holidays because we don't want to offend one or two people. And it started a whole discussion about anything. We're taking away something for the group as a whole and how it could be wrong. And we got discussion, which, first of all, let me go back to the whole Merry Christmas thing. I say Merry Christmas. You don't like it? Tough luck. Now, if I know you're not Christian, I'll be like Happy Holidays. So, you know, if I know you're Jewish or if you're Muslim or whatever, I won't. Like when I used to deliver pizzas, if I went to a house and they had Christmas trees and lights and stuff up, I'd say Merry Christmas. If they didn't, to be safe, because I'd want a tip, I say Happy Holidays. But, you know, for the most part, it's Merry Christmas to me. You know, most of my friends and family all celebrate Christmas, so it's Merry Christmas. You know, if I don't like it, or if you don't like it, I mean, tough. You know, be like, hey, I'm not Christian. Be like, oh, okay, my bad. Everybody's got their religious beliefs, and mine is to say Merry Christmas, so that's what I'm going to say. It's my right, I'm going to say it. Another thing that annoys the hell out of me is when I was in school, we sang the national anthem, said the Pledge of Allegiance every single day. And then once a week, we sang America the Beautiful. And nowadays, they don't do that. And I remember being a kid, and I didn't really get it, but I remember being in elementary school, and there was always a couple kids, and when we'd sing the national anthem or the Pledge of Allegiance, they'd go out in the hallway, and they wouldn't partake because it was against their religious beliefs, which I don't get, because the national anthem and the Pledge of Allegiance has nothing to do with religion. It has something to do with the country that you live in, and I believe if you live in this country, you should say the Pledge of Allegiance national anthem or get the fuck out. That's my theory. I don't care what your religious beliefs are. The Pledge of Allegiance has nothing to do with God. Yeah, it may say something about God, but really it's about the country. I mean, come on, people, get your head out of your asses. You always got to make something it ain't. Pledge of Allegiance, national anthem, is about your country being here. And if you're going to be here, then this is your country. Don't come here to this country and be like, oh, but I don't believe in your values and all this and that. Well, then go the fuck back home. If you're here in the United States of America, then you should thrive to be an American. You know, I mean, I got family from, like, overseas and stuff. We all came from overseas, you know, at one point or another. But at some point, you got to quit saying I'm white or I'm black. No. You're an American. Get over it. We're all Americans. You know, maybe you're not legal American yet. Maybe you're trying to. Maybe you're here illegally, whatever. But if you come to this country to make your life better, then you should act like an American. That's just what I think. But then we kind of got off a topic. Another thing, I think if a Christian kid wants to pray in school, he should be allowed to. And if he wants to say grace before he eats, then I'll be damned, he should be able to say grace before he eats. That is his religious rights. People take it away from him. You know, Muslims, they want to go pray 4 or 5 times a day. You think the schools are telling them they can't? I don't think so. Because you don't want to offend a few. It's okay to offend the many. Screw that crap. Okay, but then we got off on a tangent in there about how, you know, let's just start with this. I saw a thing where there was a whole school system that banned chapstick. Kids weren't allowed to use chapstick because 1 or 2 kids was allergic to it. Well, I'm talking elementary school, okay? Kids shouldn't be making out and doing all that crap anyway in elementary school, so it shouldn't be a problem. And there was a kid who had, like, cracked, dried, bleeding lips, and he wasn't allowed to put anything on his lips. I think that's crap. You know, if he needs medicine on his lips, he should be able to do it. I don't care who's allergic, because it's not going to hurt another kid. All right? I mean, even if it's not chapstick, let him put Vaseline or something, antibiotic ointment on there. Because, I mean, yeah, there might be something in chapstick they're allergic to, but let them put antibiotic ointment on their lips. Just a little dab, and it'll help it. Petroleum jelly, bacitracin, anything. You know, work around it somehow. But then there's a whole topic of things kids are allergic to. Like, some kids are definitely allergic to peanuts, so should they ban peanut butter and jelly from elementary schools if some of the kids are allergic to peanut butter? Personally, I think they should. Because when I was younger and EMT and stuff, I seen a kid die at a school because he didn't touch anything to do with peanut butter and jelly. Another kid had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, got peanut butters on his hand, didn't wash his hands after lunch. They were doing something in class and they had to hold hands, and when he held the kid's hand, he got peanut on him enough that he went into anaphylactic shock and he ended up dying. And I think that's crap. That could have been avoided. There's so many options kids can eat that they don't have to have peanut butter and jelly, okay? When I was in elementary school, we had hot lunches. Every day, hot lunches. I went to elementary school, never had a freaking peanut butter and jelly sandwich in elementary school because we had hot lunches. It was like Salisbury steak, corn dog, pizza. It was always something hot. Never did I have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in elementary school. And you know what? I did just fine in elementary school. I mean, I don't know if they did it because some kids were allergic or if it's just the way it worked out. But, you know, that's just, I don't see a big deal, you know. Now they're all about, you know, making this and making that and kids having peanut butter and jelly. I don't see a problem with banning peanut butter and jelly. I got a buddy, Eric, who's got a little daughter, Juliana. Man, I suck at names. But she is really, really allergic to peanuts and has gotten sick from it and stuff, you know. And he's got a little boy, Landon, who is allergic to kiwi, a little bitty toddler, and just spent time in a hospital. So I can understand from his point where he would rather not have peanut butter and jelly or kiwi at school. You know? Makes sense. Don't take much for a kid to die. Now, when you get up into middle school and high school, if they want it, you know, they can be responsible for themselves. They know, hey, you know, I'm allergic to this, stay away from it. You know, if kids are eating it that day, hey, I'm saying don't touch the kids. You know, whatever. Don't make out with some chick. Hey, you know, if you're going to make out with some chick in high school, be like, hey, did you eat a peanut butter jelly sandwich that we had for lunch today? Yeah, well, then I can't make out with you. Whatever. Who gives a shit? You know, kids in high school can carry around an EpiPen, you know, if they have to have it, or have one in the nurse's office. You know, it's just so many things that could go wrong with elementary kids to waste it, you know. And yeah, some people are like, well, you know, homeschool them, make them eat in another room. You know, you can have your child eat in a completely different room. I mean, just like the kid that I seen that died. Okay, he did not have peanut butter and jelly that day. He didn't get sick from peanut butter and jelly that he touched. He got sick and died because somebody else had peanut butter and jelly, didn't wash their hands, and then touched him, and the school didn't know what to do. They didn't know what was wrong with him. You know, parents didn't even know he was little. He was like in first grade. They didn't even know he was allergic to peanuts. It just happened. And there's a lot of kids that don't know they're allergic to something until they try it. Okay, Emma didn't even eat peanut butter and jelly until she was like 4. You know? So, but if Emma went to school, and Emma loves peanut butter and jelly, but if Emma had to go through 4 years of school or 5 years of school and not eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich at school, she'd be okay. She could eat one when she gets home. She can have one on the weekend. Whatever. She don't have to have it at school, and I think it's stupid to homeschool a kid just because they're allergic to peanuts or something. Because you know, I don't see the point. And some people are like, well, where do you draw the line? Like, my brother is allergic to bleach. So are you going to tell the school they can't wash anything with bleach? Well, maybe. Make them use Pine Sol. Who cares if it's best for the kids? You know? I mean, granted, my brother's allergic reaction to bleach isn't nowhere near death. It's just he gets a rash on his arms or hands if he touches it. So it's nowhere near as severe as a peanut allergy. You know, some kids are definitely allergic to shellfish. But they don't have much shellfish at school, so I guess it's not a big deal. But my point is sometimes you got to take away from the whole to save a few. If it's children you're talking about, it's children. You got to keep them safe no matter what.